Today is April 7th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. We're brought to you each and every day by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. Rammer, we have a Cardinal road game to talk about here today as they face not only their first road test of the season, but also their first NL Central opponent of the season. And before we get into that, just want to let you know that next weekend, the Cardinals on Sunday, April 16th, they'll be hosting the Pirates. And that day, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will be taking home a mystery nickname jersey courtesy of Maryville University. For tickets or more information, you can call cardinal.com/promotion. Rammer, here are your options for the mystery jersey this year, the mystery nickname jersey. I have a feeling I know which one you would want to be in your bag, but here is what you have to choose from. You get Goldie, number 46, Red, number 42, the Machine, number 5, or Engine 42.
Yeah, I'd go Machine.
Really? I figured you were going to be an Engine 42 guy.
No. I'd go Machine. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think you and I are stuck with the boring modern nicknames. You're Joe Rod. I'm Rammer. Really boring. Three Finger Mordecai Brown, Vinegar Bend Mizell. Those were nicknames. Our dear departed friend Kim Tucci was the Hawk. Those are nicknames. The shortened names or adding an S. It's really boring, but that's really all we do these days.
Yeah, what's the there was a tweet making its way around a few years ago or last year with it had to do with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, and I just brought it up here. Somebody tweeted out, every time I see an Angels highlight, it's like Mike Trout hit 3 home runs and raised his average to 528. Shohei Ohtani did something that hasn't been done since Tuxton Armo Doyle of the 1921 Akron Groomsmen. Tigers win 8-3.
That's awesome. That's really good.
And to the point where recently, I guess during the World Baseball Classic, someone in the Japanese media asked somebody in the American media who Tungsten Armo Doyle was. Because they had seen this tweet making the rounds about Shohei Ohtani and weren't sure if it was a real person or not.
Very good. That's a good one.
So yeah, that's coming up on April 16th. Hey, Cardinals on the road face the Brewers. Hey, let's get right into it because we have plenty to talk about drama wise. But first, for the first time this year, the Bootleg and Barbecue starting lineups for tonight's game. They look like this. Brendan Donovan leads off and plays second. Alec Burleson is in left. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Nolan Arenado at third. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. Tyler O'Neill back in the lineup in center field. We will touch on that in just a second. Nolan Gorman DHs. Jordan Walker in right. And Tommy Edman is your shortstop. For the Brewers.
Before you go on, I got the personnel right. I just didn't get the order right.
Okay, I'll ask you about that in just a second. Okay. Christian Yelich is leading off for the Brewers this year, batting in left field. Jesse Winker is DHing. Willie Adames is at short. Rowdy Tellez at first. Willem Contreras batting fifth. So both brothers catching and batting fifth of the respective teams. Garrett Mitchell, the star of yesterday's Brewers game, is in center field. Brian Anderson is at third. Bryce Terang is at second, and Joey Weimer is in right field. Jack Flaherty takes on Brandon Woodruff. Those lineups brought to you by Bootleg and Barbecue. Hey, they are back, and with a new location located at 4501 Shoto at the very beginning there of the beginning end, whatever way you want to look at it, of the Grove. Bootleg and Barbecue. Find them online at bootlegandbbq.com. So what do you think the Cardinals were going to do?
I just thought that they might go O'Neill second and Burleson down, but I understand with the left-handed bat, put him up there and stack him. And that's okay with me. I think it's a good call. I like the lineup. Looks good. On the Brewers side, every one of their outfielders except Yelich is killing it. And Yelich, we know who he is. So they got some young outfielders that are really doing a great job. And Anderson at third has had a monster start to the season. So the top half of their order is very dangerous. And just about all of them have good numbers in limited at-bats. against Jack Flaherty.
That game starts at 7:10 tonight. Let's talk about the Tyler O'Neill situation. I have not seen anything in the media just yet. I'll do a quick little look, but we saw the drama that came Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, going into Wednesday afternoon's game. Tyler O'Neill pinch hit in the game, so you didn't get the start. But here we go. Katie Wu tweeted out an hour ago that Ollie Marmol said, "I like Tyler O'Neill. I think he's one of the most talented players in that clubhouse. There's a next step for Tyler in his career, and my job is to get him there."
And I don't think my old friend DeMarco Farr wrote this, but he's the first one I heard say it. He's hell when he's well, but he's always hurt. Now, he's not hurt right now, but part of his reasoning, and I think he was trying to find an answer for the media. I don't know that it really was the case. Well, I've got to keep myself ready and so not go 100%. He didn't say that. It was intimated. I don't think he really meant that. And if you try to avoid getting hurt, you're going to get hurt. You just got to play. You got to play. Prepare your body the best you can and give it all you got. And then the chips fall where they may.
What I don't understand what he means by that there's the next step to his career and his job is to get him there.
He's got to be available. Ask Ryan Helsley what it means. Ask him about the arbitration meeting. You got to be available to your team.
How does Ollie Marmol get him? I guess I don't understand. I mean, it's coach speak. It's something to say to the media. I'm not disparaging anything that's being said. I just don't. All I'm saying is I don't fully understand what he's saying there. I know you've talked to managers and coaches a lot more than I have. That's where I'm kind of looking for clarity here.
Here's the thing. You're probably one of the few. You're probably in the 1 percentile or 2 percentile of athletes that are self-starters and really don't need coaching. You get after it. I think a lot, probably more than 1% now with so many people doing marathons and that sort of thing, because you don't really have coaches. You get out there. Most of us need coaches. We think we're trying our hardest, but most human beings need to be pushed to give 100%, 100% of the time. And that's what Ollie's saying in maybe a contentious sort of way, but coaches have to push players to wring every bit of talent out of them every day. That's their job. And I'm telling you, even the best have to be pushed.
Yeah, I get. Okay, that makes more sense. I get what you're saying now. That makes more sense. I appreciate that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm on board. And all right, we will see how he does today. We'll know what though? Happens. Yeah. I'll tell you this. Tyler O'Neill has really good numbers against Brandon Woodruff. He's gone deep against him twice. So it's if you're sitting on the Illinois side and you want to look at it, it's I think plus 650 right now for Tyler O'Neill to go yard. So is he motivated and will he continue his success against a Brandon Woodruff? We will find out. I'll tell you this too. Let's look at the rest of the weekend because we won't be back until Monday, Rammer. Coming up this weekend, they will face Eric Lauer tomorrow, a left-handed thrower. Both Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt both have 2 home runs in their career against Eric Lauer. Paul Goldschmidt, it's kind of a mystery right now with him. I was looking at some of his numbers recently. Since he's come to the Cardinals, actually, well, before, when he was with the Diamondbacks, he hit well in every single National League park. Or every National League Central Park.
I'm not surprised.
Paul Goldschmidt hit well there. Also, when you look at the fact that, he was playing the Pirates, the Reds, the Cubs, he was facing bad teams and also hitting well against bad teams. But he came in here in 2019, hit well at Miller Park, same in 2020, 21. It changed its name to American Family Field. Last year, he had 3 home runs, but he hit $188 in the when facing the Brewers on the road. So the power number's still there. I believe it's 10 home runs in 34 games as a Cardinal at up in Milwaukee. Does that continue? And what's the what could be the cause of such a drop in average last year for the MVP?
Random. When was it? How many at bats of those at bats of the 188 batting average were in late August and September when he was in a horrific slump, where he didn't hit anybody anywhere, right? Yeah. Who was he facing? You know, although the randomness in a smaller sample size. Now, he quit hitting for about almost 6 weeks last year. And so all those numbers are affected there. So I'm not saying that was a small sample size, but it was in that grouping that a number of those Milwaukee at-bats, I would guess.
Yeah. So we will we'll see how that goes today. Brewers 5-1 on the year, Cardinals 2-4. Jack Flaherty comes into the game, 5 innings pitched, has not allowed a hit so far this season. We'll see how long that continues into this game.
Yeah, I expect Flaherty to be good. That's my expectation. If he's bad, it's not like, oh my God, they just beat Sandy Koufax. But I'll say, okay, we've had a weird start and then a bad start. Or we might say we've had a weird start and a good start. It was a good jumping off point. That's what we'll need to see tonight.
Yeah, Cardinals come into this series, as I've said, 2-4 on the year. They rank first in batting average and on base percentage, but 15th in runs scored on the season. So they are getting on base. They are not driving in runs on the year. 5th in slugging too. But then here's where the 4 comes into that 2-4. They are 24th in ERA. They are 30th in batting average against. They are 28th in walks and hits per innings pitched.
A couple of things to look for. I'm not saying that this is an absolute based on 6 games played. But when you get a lot of guys on base and don't get them around, are you moving runners? Are you stealing bases? Are you hitting behind runners? Those are some of the things to start to look at for trends. Same thing, trends with the Cardinals starting rotation. The Cardinals, they may not get a lot of strikeouts, but don't walk guys. And the strikeout walk ratio has been pretty good. But all 5 starters, historically, if you looked at what their average season would be, you really don't have guys averaging much more than 5 innings a game.
Yeah.
These starters, this group of starters are not dominant starters. So how do they be successful for this team this season? What they have to do is get deeper into games. That means they got to throw less pitches. That means they got to nibble less. That means they could give up more hits. So these are things we got to look for in the approach by the starting rotation, including Flaherty tonight.
Jack Flaherty tonight, Jordan Montgomery tomorrow, and Jake Woodford on Sunday. Those are your 3 Cardinal pitchers for this weekend. First pitch
no nibbling. No nibbling.
First pitch comes your way in about a half an hour from right now as we wrap up today's edition of Daily Cards Live, brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Rammer Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking. Wherever you are, East Side, Northeast Missouri, St. Charles, or St. Louis proper, every Royal Banks branch feels like your hometown bank.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you on Monday, getting you ready for Cardinals and Rockies out in Denver. Way too cold to be going out to Denver this early in the season, so we'll be doing it from our homes coming your way on Monday. Until then, enjoy everything we have for you up this weekend here on ClaibsOnline.com. We'll talk to you on Monday.
As one of St. Louis's fastest growing companies and largest private companies, St. Louis Acura is proud to serve you and remains committed to becoming better than ever for you. As new Acuras become more available every day, we are not backing down from selling 100% more quality pre-owned vehicles than ever before. We want customers that appreciate our friendly, outgoing team and our award-winning service, because at St. Louis Acura, we are better than ever for you.